Great Monday morning, everyone. How are you all doing? This is your girl Shan. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you all are doing well. I just want to remind you on this morning that I generally talk about Marriage Mondays with the Kings, our radio show, but we will not be having our radio show on tonight. It'll probably be either a rerun playing or something like that on KRGN 98.5 FM at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be starting back up with our shows next Monday, okay? And what I love about God is when God allows us to take a break. And I know some of y'all be like, dang, y'all be taking some breaks. But you have to refresh. You have to renew. Hey, Paula, how are you doing? So when God allows you to take breaks, this is just what I know. Baby, you come back fiery than ever before, okay? Because it's just so much deep word that is rooted and enriched in you. So this morning, I'm going to talk about emotional divorce when he or she stops asking. And the he and she refers to the husband and the wife. Hey, how you doing, Angelia? It refers to the husband and the wife when they stop asking you in the marriage, okay? So me and my husband did a radio show on emotional affairs. I'm actually going to go a little bit deeper on tomorrow's marriage morning with the queen in regards to emotional affairs, because people do not understand when it comes to our emotions and the lack thereof, it becomes really dangerous when it comes to marriage. Hey, Miss Delia. So I'm gonna let y'all know emotional divorce. Okay, so when I took off this week, one of the things they encourage you to do is when you take off, do something you really enjoy, right? So I have a good girlfriend who told me about this book. I'm not the one to sit up here and lie to people and, oh, God gave me a deep revelation. I mean, he did. But it was out of this book, okay? And so, of course, being radio personalities, people in general, you shouldn't want to steal somebody else's material. I'm just saying. However, this is the book, and it's called The Sex Starved Marriage, and it is by Michelle Weiner Davis. The Sex Starved Marriage by Michelle Weiner Davis. So my good girlfriend told me about this book, and of course, anything having to do with marriage, I just love to read and dive deeper in. Well, one of the things that this young lady was talking about was emotional divorce, okay? And I was like, oh my God. It was kind of similar to our emotional affairs show. If you missed that, that is on our YouTube channel. But when you come to the point in your marriage of an emotional divorce, basically what that means is emotionally, the husband and the wife, there is no connection. Y'all are so disconnected. It's ridiculous. But this is the thing, and I'm not trying to steal her material, whatever, I just wanted to take the term emotional divorce out of here. But this is the thing we have to understand. When it comes to our marriage and emotions are no longer connected, that is a dangerous spot for your marriage. Now, this is something I don't understand. I know it happens, but I don't understand it. How can we as individuals say that we are married in a marriage, in a happy marriage, if our emotions are not intertwined one with another? So if you're sitting up here like, wow, I wonder what some of the examples, I'm going to try to give some. So, and I can't even blame it all on the husbands. I can't even blame this all on the wives. Good morning, Dalish. Can't blame it on the husbands. I can't blame it on the wives. But what I'm saying is, if your marriage come to the place to where you are so emotional disconnected, it's almost like being in a divorce from each other emotionally, your marriage is in a dangerous place. And I would just encourage you to go and get some help. Now, see, this is what gets me. Generally, in a place of emotional divorce, a lot of people, this is where pride completely takes over in your marriage. This is where pride takes over when you have your husband and your wife. They keep asking you certain things, like, say, for instance, something simple. Hey, baby, hey, can we watch a Netflix movie together? Just spend some time and, not distracting. We just watch a movie together. Hey, baby, do you mind? Good morning, Cousin Kim. If we just spend some time together, maybe we can go walking in the park. We can go to You're always trying to do something because of the love that you have for your spouse with your spouse. But your spouse always have a reason why they can't do it. Something else is always more important. And I talked about this before going on a week break. Something else is always more important than spending time with your husband and your wife. Now, see, this is what I don't understand too. When I'm going to come from a biblical standpoint, If God says in his word, New Testament, that the husbands are to love the wife as Christ loved the church, see, an emotion is involved in that scripture, and that's love. That's in the New Testament. I'm not making up nothing. That's in the New Testament. That is love. So how can you be in a marriage and you so-called have a happy marriage if you don't even show any emotion in the marriage? You don't hug on each other. You don't kiss on each other. The only thing you doing, if I can keep it real, you know your girl Shannon's back, is having sex. Okay, so you got people that are not married. You got people that are not married and they out there having sex with each other and there's no emotional connection. How you doing, Heather? Thank you, girl. There is no emotional connection. So what is the difference between the people who are not married and the ones that are married? What's the difference? Because you got a ring on your finger? If you're not showing God's love, I mean, maybe y'all know it's somebody else, but as far as I know, God is the one that ordained marriage. If you're not showing God's love in marriage, how can you say that God is really abiding in your marriage? Now, this is what I think about. The enemy don't show love. The devil don't show no love to us. You know what I'm saying? That joker's here to steal, kill, and destroy. And when I tell you that the devil is destroying so many marriages right now, it doesn't make any sense. There is no emotional involved except for hate, okay? I hate you. I'm going to destroy everything, because if the devil can destroy marriages, if the devil can have you so emotionally disconnected to the point of emotional divorce, then you are in danger in your marriage. And then that's when pride come in. And then this is the mindset that comes in. Oh, because I've been here and I've done that. This is the mindset. Oh, well, when he act right, meaning your husband, then I'm going to act right. All she have to do is do this. And then if she do this, I'm going to do that. But see, this is the thing that kills me. And I've never experienced a divorce, and I'm not judging anybody who has. But this would get me. How can you set up and say that you've tried everything in your marriage? Everything in your marriage before you got a divorce. If number one, you ain't went and got no help, you ain't been praying about your marriage, you ain't trusting and believing God and everything like that. Now, you have people who emotionally abuse others, and that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, when you come to the point of emotional divorce in your marriage, baby, that's when your marriage is at the beginning of the end. Do you hear me? The straight up beginning of the end. So I always ask people, examine yourself and evaluate your own marriage. Examine yourself in it. Don't be talking about, and see this, oh, Lord help me, Jesus. This is what gets me. And this is how you know when people are not ready for marriage. When you always thinking about what your spouse is doing wrong. When you always thinking about well, Shan, you don't understand. It's not me. It is my spouse. No, somewhere up in there, I guarantee you had a hand in the situation. Somewhere up in there, and this is something I don't understand. So say, for instance, you got the husband. He's always pursuing his wife. Baby, you fine, you sexy, baby, you smart. Baby, thank you so much for being my wife. You my queen. He's saying all these beautiful things. You hear me? And you, Why out the other side of your mouth, you telling your girlfriends, oh, girl, I got him on lock. Girl, he ain't going nowhere, this, that, and the other. But you're always emotionally cold towards him. And like I say, when that good old scallywag come around the corner, and I ain't trying to call out a name, but I'm just saying, I'm going to call a label what it is. But when this female comes out around the corner, because you're emotionally coming against the things that he's trying to invest in his wife, he's trying to love you the way that Christ loves the church and gave his life for it. You know, he's trying to do all the things. You not studying him. That's what we say in the country. But then when he stops showing interest, see, this is what emotional divorce, when they stop asking. Because to get to the point where they get sick and tired of getting sick and tired, they're not going to ask you no more if you'll come watch movies with them. They're not going to ask you anymore if you'll come and hang out with them. They're not going to be telling you, baby, you sexy fine. And then you sitting up here, let me talk to the wives, okay? Because this can go either way. But I'm sitting up here as a wife, and I'm sitting up here mad. I don't understand. Why did you stop doing the things you used to be doing? See, baby, you was attracted to the way that he was chasing you. This goes both ways, but you wasn't returning the chase. You heard me? Hey, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing, baby. When he track you down and chase you, hunty, because that's what's supposed to be happening, my single ladies, say I. A man is supposed to be chasing you. You ain't supposed to be chasing them. God don't need your help, okay? That's something I had to learn within myself, because when I was trying to do it without God, I end up messing up. How many of y'all can say amen to that and be transparent? When we try to do things and try to play God in our marriage, and then we get mad mad because God ain't moving in our marriage. But God don't need our help, okay? If he ordained and created marriage, he don't need our help. What he need us to do is act right according to them scriptures. That's what he needed. He done laid out a whole foundation, but we don't want to act right. And then when your husband stop pursuing you, or then when your wife stop pursuing you, then you sitting up here mad at them talking about they done changed. No, baby. That's why marriage is 100. You got the wife, you need to give 100%. You know, your husband like to know he fine too, baby. He like to know that you still attracted to him as well. And it shouldn't be just him all the time. And so if you're not showing any emotion in your marriage, oh my God, I almost said, why are you married? Why? Just to save face so you can look good in front of other people? Are you giving the same amount of emotion towards your spouse? Well, you don't understand. My spouse don't like that. Have you ever tried it? Maybe they didn't like it when they was 20 because they didn't know any better. And we got to understand, when we mature in our marriage, we grow up. The things that I used to like when I was 19, 20 years old and first met my husband, I don't like some of them things anymore because I done matured. When you start to grow and mature within yourself, when you start to grow and mature in who God has created for you to be as a woman of God, a man of God, you know who you are in God as a child of God. You ain't gonna like some of the things that you used to like. And so as we grow and mature together, we're going to grow and mature into things emotionally. But if you get to the point where you sit and well, this is just how marriage is going to be, baby, you don't have a marriage. Marriage is supposed to be blissful. So I don't get why people sit up here and save face. And I'm not encouraging anybody to get a divorce. What I'm encouraging, and God has allowed me to encourage, is to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? Quit sitting up here trying to put on a show for people outside your house. Them people is waiting for you to fail. Just like the devil's waiting for you to fail, because then that will be another failed marriage. You see what I'm saying? When you get to the point where you just existing, well, you come in, you doing all this fake stuff at church, you smiling, you skinning and grinning, you doing all this fake stuff on the job, because see, Shan said that when you go to work, we got to kiss each other. Now that you can't even kiss each other in the house, you mean to tell me you can't show me no emotion, you can't show me no affection, but you want that 10 o'clock wonder times 10? What am I to you, a gardening tool? I don't know who I'm talking to on today. And I'm not trying to be too blunt in the things that God has allowed me to say. But what I'm saying is, if you are now in your marriage experiencing an emotional divorce, emotion plays a big part in the marriage. Read the scriptures. I encourage you. And look, when it say the things that we should do as husbands and wives in a marriage, the first thing is love. Even the word of God say, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. How in the world can you be out here loving your neighbor if you can't even love your spouse? I don't get it. Don't be sitting out here bragging in these streets about how good your husband and your wife is. You telling everybody else, but your wife and your husband is waiting to hear it at the house. So some of y'all are just now joining in. I'm talking about emotional divorce on this morning. I encourage you, listen to what I'm saying. Before you throw in the towel, okay? And me and my husband had a show about that. Before you throw in the towel, I need both of you all, try something different. Let me go ahead and throw some stuff out here. Try some prayer and some fasting. Say good morning, Shirley. Try some prayer and some fasting, okay? Go ahead and both of y'all say, you know, for the sake of our marriage, we're going to fast and pray. We're going to seek God. We're going to pray together. How many of y'all are saying that? How many of y'all have ever tried that? You know, when it's saying the church, if you'd have tried everything else and it didn't work, try God. I encourage you to fast for the sake of your marriage. How many of y'all married couples fast for the sake of your marriage? How many of y'all fast to have a better marriage? So, again, this book, The Sex-Starved Marriage, is by Michelle Davis. This was like $9.99 on Amazon. I don't know Michelle. I don't. My friend referred that book. That is a good book. You heard what I'm saying? And I thank God for my friend that referred it. But today, I just want you to examine, baby, are you experiencing emotional divorce? Okay? Are you experiencing an emotional divorce? When you get to this place and it's so dangerous, I ask yourself, to see God together. You know, and to say, baby, we done tried everything. We done tried counseling. We done tried trying to do extra date nights, time together. We done tried everything that we can try. But I encourage you to try God. And I ain't up in here trying to preach on this morning. I'm just telling it like a TI is. Why don't y'all come together and say, okay, our marriage is in ruins right now. For a whole month, every day we're going to come together. We're going to grab hands and we're going to pray for our marriage. For 21 days, we're going to fast for our marriage. What are you trying to help change the situation? Many people don't try anymore because you get tired, especially if you're the one that's always pursuing because you desire to have something positive in your marriage. You get tired of trying. So for those of you who your husband and your wife pursue, they always trying to show you love. They always building you up, and you the type that you not trying to reciprocate it because your spoiled behind is used to getting everything you want. I'm here to tell you on today, they're going to get tired of trying, okay? When they get tired of trying, don't blame nobody but yourself. When they get tired of asking for a hug, asking for a kiss, you huffing and puffing like it's going to destroy you. But you out here in these streets trying to save face for people who don't even care about your marriage. And if you was to get a divorce tomorrow, then people ain't going to call you talking about, okay, hold up. Only real friends do that. Hold up. I need y'all to think about what y'all doing right now, because right now y'all acting like little spoiled brats. That's what you're acting like, who don't get their way. You're not acting like husband and wives who have God at the head of their marriage, who have God as the foundation of their marriage. I'm here to tell you right now, if you are at a place right now, and you can lie to yourself all you want to, but if you're at a place right now where you are emotionally divorced, where emotions no longer exist in your marriage, I guarantee you, and I'd be willing to almost bet, if I was a betting person, y'all don't be trying to come get my house, I will bet this whole house that I'm sitting in right now, our house, that God is not in the midst of your marriage. Because if God was in the midst of it, you would not be to the place where you are emotionally divorcing your marriage. So I don't know, like I always say, who this is for, but I need you to examine yourself. You can't be married and be emotionally divorced. It's sad when you got people who not even married who show more emotion for each other than the ones who are. And don't say, well, we've been married 25 years, so now the emotions is gone. No, the emotions is gone because you got tired of fighting for your marriage, okay? And it don't take one person. One person can't save your marriage, because if I'm not mistaken, according to the scriptures, I want to say Matthew 19:6. I can't help it. It's in me. I'm trying not to say the scriptures so you can search it for yourself. It says, the word of God, you are no longer two, but one flesh. And so y'all need to work as one. And that means that the husband and the wife both need to give 100% to that marriage. So if you see that you are starving your husband emotionally or starving your wife emotionally, you need to do better. And we sit up here and wonder why marriages don't work and everybody want to blame everybody. No, blame yourself, because your spouse is giving 175% and you only giving 25 when you supposed to be giving 100 and she's supposed to be giving 100. Okay, so Marriage Mondays with the Kings will not be on tonight. We will start back up next week. However, tomorrow your girl Shan gonna be on talking about emotional affairs. I know me and my husband did a 2-part series radio show on this, but your girl Shan is gonna break it down like a fraction. You hear me? Because we need to start being blunt about this thing. The devil is, so why can't I? Don't get mad at the messenger. So y'all have a blessed Monday. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Be a blessing to somebody today and not a curse. Share this because it's free. Because somebody's marriage is going through. Even if they do look perfect, trust me, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Trust and believe. And your girl Shannon be back with you on tomorrow. Whatever God placed on my heart. God bless you and blessings to you.